G'day there mate, my name is Mr. Magilla-cutti and welcome to my very first video. Today I'm going to be doing a let's play of Dark Clouds on the PS4 system. Now this game is one of the older PS2 games from back in way back when, and still held in regard as a good RPG and one of my personal favorites, mind you. Now seeing as this is my very first video, commentary may not be that good, since I don't have the equivalent most other YouTubers have. But anyway, enough of my rambling. Let's get started, shall we? So, English. Also, if I go quiet, it's because I mute my mic when I'm trying to be quiet on certain things. Okay. And there we have the opening scene for the game. I thought it would come from those old smoother textiles on the PS2 system, but it's still a good game nonetheless. Rightio, let's get started, shall we? Now, just a heads up, I have already played this game multiple times way back when, so I will be knowing a lot about it, but it doesn't mean that I won't give out good commentary. Well, try to give out good commentary and try to explain things to the best of my ability, because this game is a very unique RPG in its own prospects. And what do I mean by that? I will, I'll explain that as soon as I get started. And on a personal note, I will do my best to try and read out some of the cutscenes. This is voiceless and text mostly. So, let's get started, shall we? A book was found in some old ruins. All the scholars who decoded it puzzled over the mystery of the book. A world with 2 moons illuminating the sky. That many dazzling adventures of a young boy. Sorry. But whether or not this is a true story, do you believe in the story woven in the book? Maybe it's a fantasy that exists only in a boy's heart. Let me tell you this story. This ancient book tells of a magical and magnificent fairy tale. And the hero of this wondrous tale, whose name is and as most RPGs, we get to select the name of the characters. And the name of this boy is named Torn, I believe. Sorry. Radio. Let's get started. We're just gonna go with the default names here. So, the boy from sorry, Torn. Right. Here we go. Dark Shrine. Grabbing quite a few of them. I had a hard time finding dances with the right qualifications. Look at them. That dance of blood, mixed with the blood of witches that in humans is breaking the seal. However, I do have some problems. Problems? In order to recruit good material, you do need an agate. I see. I'll pay you extra. That should show your soul. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Sorry, the text is going fast. So I was having... Yeah. Sorry, the text is just going by so fast that I can't read it. Do you know the legend of the Dark Sea sealed in this urn? Of course. How much money do you think I put into acquiring this urn? I've been waiting for this for years. You see, it goes by too fast. 400 years ago, the demon of darkness appeared in the east, and its evil power the world was burnt away. What do you intend to do with such frightful power in your hands? You'll see. Here he comes. So now is the time. Yes, sir, so it seems. What a big fella. What? I imagine. Yeah, but it definitely does look like a regular old genie. Ancient dark genie. This is it. Hey, who are you guys? Welcome back, Genius Thomas. I broke the seal and released you. Therefore, I am your master. Oh, is that right? Whatever, fine. Yes, that's right. I haven't eaten for 400 years. No, get out the fun tanks. Come here. Hmm? Oh, stop it! Oh, oh boy. Yeesh. And one a big gulp as well. Jesus. Hi, how are you today? I won't try to do female voices. Dawn, come on, it's already started. Come on, let's go. Oh, now it's past the stopper. Dawn, it's already started. Come on, let's go. Okay, we heard you. See, I told you. You should have hurried. Come on, we're late. I'm a staff member this year, so I have to go. Sorry. Oh, she left you. Dawn, hurry up. Sorry. And so we have a festival going on. Happier times. I was worried off to join the festivities like that. Never mind. Ooh, just how close to the moon is he? Look, at the ants got swimming about out there. The friend is. God damn, that scene just scared the living heck out of me. And here we go. Destruction, chaos, and mayhem. Torn. Did he make it in time? What are you looking at me for? Hi there. Can you hear me? Open your eyes. Wake up. Hey. I am the Fairy King. I'm the entity that unites all of nature's spirits. Listen well, young one. Something bad has happened. Understatement, but yeah. Men, blighted by greed, have revived the Dark Genie. This Dark Genie is so terribly powerful. No, it is terribly powerful. Its power is so great that it could destroy the entire world. You saw it, your own village being destroyed right before your eyes. Not just your village. In a flash, many villages and towns were destroyed. In one night, half of your world was annihilated. Must be the men from the east that performed the resurrection ceremony, probably thinking to use its black demon power for war without realizing how trifling it is. Men greeted by power, blinded and greed by power and greed will definitely do that. It is darkness, pure darkness itself. Long ago, this so-called Dark Genie almost destroyed the entire world. Its malevolence is that great. The bad thing is that it has the same type of magical power as us, spirits. Unfortunately, we aren't powerful enough to destroy it. Young man, I see that you have a strong will that could withstand the evil power, and also a clear, kind heart. You might be able to fight against the darkness it generates. I decided to stake out a fate on you. Let me bless you with power. There. Surprise? That's called an Atlimar. I can't pronounce that, sorry. It's a stone with a magical power. Oh, don't look that way, boy. I'll explain now. It might get too bright for a sort of moment. Do you know where this is? This is no simple empty lot. This was your village. But do not lose heart. As long as you have that stone, you can return it to its original form. You see, just before the village was destroyed by that genie, I saved the buildings and people by sealing them into spheres called Atlas. It seems that those Atlas were scattered all around by his tremendous magic power. They were probably blown to different places around the world. It probably thinks everything is destroyed. You must restore the world before it realizes what happened. Absorb that which I've sealed in the Atlas by using that Atlamilla, I'm just gonna call it that, and bring them back. Then you'll be able to restore the world to its original form. You may be able to create an even better world than before. You don't seem to understand anything I'm saying. Oh well, I'll give you another lesson when you acquire some Atla. Yeah. So long. Right. Alright, can you hear them? You should be able to hear them. Voices of the wind, voices of the trees, voices of the animals. voices of the young. They are all calling for your help. Torn, you will probably meet and say goodbye to many people. In talking to these people, you may receive some clues to defeating the darkness. Look for them. Now, Torn, your adventure will begin. First, go to the village chief's house. He will show you where to go next. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Norloon Village. This is the starting point of our adventure. Now, as the Fairy King said, we are going to be going to the mayor's house. Quite a big world here. Well, it looks big. Now, first off, well, yeah, I already said that, sorry. Okay, so we'll just go in here and start talking to the mayor. Ah, Dawn, you are alive. It seems like we're the only ones in the village that survived. We never dreamt this would happen. One night at our village is gone. Can you believe this, Torn? Sorry. I feel so helpless. I, the mayor of the village, can't do anything about it. What am I supposed to do now? I guess the only thing we can do is to get help from the guardian of Norloon Village, Dran. Dran will not abandon us. He will help us, for sure. I have a favor to ask, Torn. Go to the Divine Beast cave and tell Dran what happened. Divine Beast Cave is the cave outside towards your right hand side. You've probably seen it before. I may be imagining things, but I sense something has changed about the cave. Be careful. This is the cave key. Thank you for that. I'll put the things you might need in your bag for now. For you. Don't get carried away. If you're in trouble in there, come back here. I'll get you more supplies. Good luck. Yeah, so basically, when we go into the dungeon, we may lose all our supplies, and when we do, just basically come back to the mayor and we'll resupply you. Let's go here and go to the cave. Big keyhole. Use item in the square. So, once we see an exclamation point upon our heads like this, we will have to use a certain item. So, as it says, press square and select the item we need. And in this case, we're going to need to use the cave key. So, let's get going. Now, I probably already said this, but this game is unique in its own way, far unique from other JRPGs. Why that is, I will explain once I get into here. Here's the Fairy King. It's all real this time, Torn. From here on, you'll be put to the true test. First, conquer this wretched Divine Beast cave and find Dran's lair. That's your first goal. Since you're a beginner, I'll give you a lesson on how to fight in the dungeon. First, to advance to the next floor in the dungeon, acquire a gate key for the door leading to the next floor. Each dungeon has a different gate key. For the Divine Beast Cave, Dran's Crest will be the gate key, as seen there. The gate key is almost always carried by a monster in the dungeon. You must defeat the monsters to acquire the gate key. Since you can't tell which one has the key, you just have to defeat them all one by one, which we're going to do anyway. Next, I'll tell you about how to return to the ground level, rather than advancing to the floor below. To return to the ground level, mind connect with me. In other words, speak with your mind. When you do this, I will transport your body to the ground level. Just select Leave Dungeon from the main menu. But be aware, if there are monsters left on the floor, the Mind Connect won't work. It will be blocked by their evil energies. In such cases, use the item Escape Powder to get out of the floor. Meaning use the item called Escape Powder. The Norlu Village Chief has lots of it, so be sure to get it before you go. You can also mind connect with me when you go through the gate to the next floor of the dungeon. When you re-enter the dungeon, you can start at the next new level, so you don't have to worry about losing progress, which is good. Next is onto weapons. Be aware that weapons are breakable. What are any things about some of these games? About this game? Sorry. The more you use the weapon, the more it wears, and finally it breaks. Broken weapons will disappear. Oof. To prevent weapons from breaking, use the item Repair Powder. It will restore their weapon points. WHP, which stands for Weapon Hit Point. I'm terrible at explaining. The longer you use a weapon by repairing, the more magic and it absorbs from monsters and thus becomes stronger, which means that in games like this, this game, the weapon can evolve into something more powerful, given the right circumstances. I'll get into more details of that in a sec. It's said that when a weapon reaches its full strength, you can change it to a more powerful form. Keep that in mind. There you go. Oh, I cast a special spell on the dagger you have on you, so it will never disappear. But all the new weapons you will get during the quest will disappear once they break. So be careful. Don't waste your hard work by letting a weapon break and disappear. Finally, the important stuff. The sphere, Atla, where I protected and sealed the fragments of the world. If you see an Atla, don't hesitate to touch it. You can absorb the contents of an Atla into the Atla Mario by touching it. When you return to the surface, you will be able to begin reassembling these fragments of the world. Oops, today's lesson ran a little long. That's it for the lecture today. Now, Toad, show me your true ability on this quest. Okay, let the fun begin. Now, unlike other RPGs, you don't gain experience from this. But for the basic controls first. Move around with the left stick, use the right stick to tilt the camera, and when you're near an object like a chest here, press X to open it. The items are randomly generated, and same goes with the floor, so basically each time you enter a new floor, it will be randomly generated. Same with the items and the monsters. But even if you return to the same floor, it will be randomly generated, so be mindful of that. Okay, our first battle here. Now, basic combat controls. You press circle to lock on, and you put. Ouch. You hold R1 to block. Now that didn't clear one. X to attack. and press it again in succession to do a chain attack. Now, as for the two bars on the top left-hand corner of the screen, the one with the heart next to it is your health. Oh, for crying out loud. Get back here. Yeah, damn it. Okay, as I was saying, the one with the heart next to it is your hit point, or health. As soon as that runs out, you will fade. You can return to the service, but you will lose half your money. The one under it is your weapon hit points. The more you use a weapon, the more decreases, so be careful. The gauge under there is your first gauge, which is a unique mechanic in the game here. Because you can't spend all your time down here, which is what I'm doing. Now these trees here, these are the atlas you must find. Each floor has a certain number of atlas on it. And every time you load up the game again and try to get to a new floor, the atlas change around. So keep that in mind. Anyway, we acquired a road. And we also acquired a river. Again, I'll go into details of what you can do here later on. Here's another atlas. And what we draw. A fence. That'll be useful for around a house. Okay. That noise there is being made by a cave there. Flying enemies. They're a bit annoying to hit when you're using melee attacks, and we've got another bit of a river. Ooh. You have to be careful with these things. Yeah. Enemies in this game will be annoying to hit, so you have to be careful and don't just randomly swing about with what I'm doing. Get back here! You little sneak! Okay. You press triangle to bring up your menu and go into item here so I can actually restore my health. Use blood to restore a bit of your health. The free pouches update your active items used for it's better if I show you. So I'll demonstrate with a bomb here. I won't use my water yet because maybe they're thirsty. 2 more outlets we can pick up. Sorry about the barking. My brother's dog was barking at people knocking on the door. Sorry about that. Anyway, you required a lamp and our next item. What did we get? Trees. Haven't really that exciting yet. Alrighty. Bats. Come here. Come here. Hey. Okay. Yeah, let up. So we got poison. To cure that, we have to use an antidote. I guess. And now it's probably a good time. Hold off a bit longer. Yeah, you get different status elements in this game, which can be pretty annoying. So you have to be careful of stock up on. Ooh, tasty water. And right here we have the gate. We're gonna need the gate key before we can actually go through there, so we're gonna need a key or monsters. Oh, what joy. What joy. Marjoy. I think that's one of the villages, I can't remember, it's been a while. Oh boy, 2 dashes. Come on, you Bruce. Oh, 3 of them. Yeah, sometimes slashing wildly can't help. Oh, right, I was forgot. Now, for use pouch items, use the direction pads to switch the pouches, then you press square to use them. Yeah, before I said I was getting thirsty. That item I picked up was money, which is used for buying stuff in the world, but unfortunately we can't buy anything yet because there are no shops about. Alrighty. And what did we get? Some escape powder. That'll be handy in case. Now, a quick heads up. Oh yeah, one more thing I forgot to mention. Underneath the, oh, there's a skeleton soldier. Yeah, hitboxes aren't that good. Still a good game nonetheless. What was I? Oh yeah. Underneath the WHP bar, there's another blue bar down there, which is used to gauge how much more before you can level up a weapon. Bat. Okay, now this room here is special, but first, come here, Dasher. Come here. Yeah, you dash towards us and you dash away. Coward. Yeah, the beeping there is indicating that the weapon is low on its hit points. Okay, two things we can see here. Firstly, the trolley there leads to a special back area called the back dungeons. We can't access it without a special item, but in this case, which in this case is tram oil. On this side here, we got a pond which can refill our health and thirst. Unfortunately, it does nothing for the weapons. No surprise. And if all it does on the weapon is just clean it. So, yeah. As for the icons on the map, the question mark it leads to the back area of the dungeon. The blue circle is the a pond to restore your health and your thirst. Green dot is the entrance we came in, and the yellow dot is the door gate to the next floor. But again, we're gonna need to find the gatekeeper for that. Sorry if I'm randomly jabbering on, but again, this is the first time recording, so I'm not really good. Come here, Bat. Yeah, you don't. Not dive bombing me. Okay. The Vegas APS is full. So now we can upgrade it. So let's do that. Okay, now from this menu here, sorry. In the weapons menu you can select any weapons you want to customize. But since we only have the dagger at the moment, we'll go with that. We have the option to equip, which is already done. Customize, attribute, repair, and upgrade. The customize here lets you put these special stones which boost certain attributes on the weapon. What we have here is a Beast Buster, which does more damage to animal monsters. Now you've got different stats here, you see. I'll explain all those a little bit. Might as well explain it now, sorry. Okay, so here we got your WHP, weapon hit point, your ABS, your absorption, which absorbs all the magical enemy you get from defeating enemies. When it maxes out, you can upgrade the weapon. You got your basic weapon attack power here, 18, endurance, which is the weight of the weapon hit point was, speed, the weapon speed, which means how fast the weapon will swing, and magical power, which is useful like when you're using a certain element on that weapon, which in this case is wind element. Next we have the 5 different elements you can use weapon: fire, ice, electric, thunder, wind, and holy. Now each monster is weak against a certain element, so keep that in mind. And finally we have the anti-attacks here. Now each one here is effective against a certain monster, whether it be dragon, beast, flying, undead, marine, metal, mimics, hate those buggers, rock, plant, and mage. So each monster is part of a different family, so keep that in mind. As so far with the Beast Buster, we boost our anti-beast stats from 4 to 7. Attribute here lets you change what you want your weapon's element to be. However, since The dagger only has wind element on it, we can only select wind. So yeah. The repair option here allows you to repair your weapon. However, to do that, as the Fairy King said, we need repair powder. So be sure to have some of those on you for when you go into a dungeon. And finally, we have upgrade here. This will allow you to upgrade your weapon to the next level, making it a tad bit stronger and boosting some of the stats. And if you put any attachments onto the weapon will absorb that when it upgrades. So if you want to upgrade your weapon, but you don't want to use some of these attachments, be sure to be mindful to take them out before you start upgrading it, or you lose it forever. I'll go over that in sometime in the future. Anyway, let's upgrade. Okay, now before we continue on, might as well repair the poor thing. Yeah, the dagger is your basic weapon, but it's not quite as strong. Well, we'll get stronger weapons later on, but we have to find them or buy them. And since we can't buy anything yet, we have to keep looking. Okay, that on there, that's a Dragon's Crest, which is used to unlock the gate and go to the next floor. We won't be going down there yet. First of all, we're going to be finished exploring here. Okay, what we got here is a Magilla-cutti crystal. This item will show everything on the map, all the items and all that. So we still got a red dot, a green dot, and a yellow dot. Yellow dots are treasure chests, the red dots are your enemies, and the green dots there, besides the entrance, is an atlas. Maps. These will line up the whole floor, showing unexplored areas. Now, to see the difference here, that some areas are lightly light grayed out, and some of it is lit up. The lit up areas are the ones you explore, while the ones that are darker are the ones you get to explore, like down here. I'll try not to be too much chatty with this, guys, but again, first time doing this, and it is an RPG, so sometimes I have to explain some of these things. Ooh, we got a piece of bread. Nice. Sometimes enemies will drop certain items with a question mark on it. Different enemies drop different items, so beware for that. Okay, we got Macho's house. Right, now that's everything gathered on the floor, so let's head to the next area. Okay, once we're here, same as always, use the square button and then select a Dragon's Quest to press to open the door. Once there, you can head down to the next floor. From this screen, you can either go to the next floor or temporarily leave the dungeon. We're gonna leave the dungeon right now. Okay, this is a little glitch that happened with the original game. And unlike modern day, the PS2 back then didn't have patch updates, so they're gonna fix that problem. But it just goes to show how much hard work they try to put into a game before they actually release the thing. Seems like you finally come back with some atlas. Very well then, I shall teach you as I promised. The pieces sealed inside atlas are released by touching the atlas with your left hand where the power of the atlas Maria resides. Buildings and people that were sucked into the atlas Maria will be restored to their original form. Once you bring them back to the ground level, you can rearrange them as you wish. By going back and forth between the dungeon and the ground level, you can restore the earth to its original form. That's your mission as the one who was granted the power of the Atlas Maria, sorry. Now, let us move on. This may get a bit technical. Yeah, it does a bit. If you wanted to place buildings, etc., press the select button while walking and go to edit mode. Now, since the PS4 controller doesn't have the select button, we have to press the left side of the touchpad. Press the select button again to return to walking mode, which is what I showed you before we entered the dungeon. In edit mode, you can reassemble buildings that have fallen apart and place them on the ground. Seeing is believing. Try it yourself. Must be faster than listening to my lecture. Guess that's how you guys feel with me right now. And the walking stops. Oh yes, and if you ever get things that I teach you, use this. Manual, which is what we can consult when we want to look at something we've forgotten. This is a guide for using Magilla and other things. I wrote it for beginners like you. Manual can be selected from the main menu. Read it really carefully. Okay, I'll leave the words and use instructions to you. I'll be watching. So long. Okay, let us begin our first construction. So again, press the select button, or rather the right side of the touchpad on the PS4 controller to go into edit mode. Press triangle to bring up the diorama menu. Now we got 6 different options here. Configure, assemble, move, remove, diorama analysis, save, option, and manuals. We're going to be going for this one here. Here we have Marcho's house. Marcho Bros' house. From here we can move around, put it where we want. Press the L2 and the R2 button to rotate it, and press X to place it down. Now, the reason I place it here is for a little side quest, which will come into play in a little bit. So place it right here. Next, press triangle again to go to. We don't have to keep going step by step, but I'm gonna go back here and place Marcho into one of the slots here. His house, a little powerhouse. Daily training makes for a muscular body. So these slots here will give you hints on what gets placed there, such as Marcho here. Marcho likes his name, never skips training. Okay, with that done, press the select button and go back into walking mode. Okay, now over here we have something important. These are called... Ooh. Okay, so we're going into dusk. Just wait a sec. Okay, here we have miracle chests. Now these appear as you progress through the dungeon. Each house has a set number of them, and they have all sorts of goodies that will be helpful. For the Marcho's house, we have about 6 miracle chests, and they all appear when you place rooms and certain items in it. So keep on lookout for them and keep track. I, however, am not going to pick them all up yet, not until they all appear. And here we have Marcho. Ah, Torn, I missed you, man. Your smile really brightens my day. Okay, little weird. Okay, we can talk to him again. Search for the options. Hello. If you see my big bro, tell him you didn't see me, okay? I'm counting on you. Really. How should I rebuild Norwood? Fighting is what a man should live for. It's a basic fact of life, right? So in other words, he wants us to put his house in the case here. These are called village requests. Do that and you may earn special rewards. I'll tell you about Lord... No. If you can do all the village requests, and at the end, once you fulfill everyone's request, you will then earn a special reward from someone. So be sure to keep that in mind when you're talking to everyone. Okay, now this part here will help us to rebuild the house. Tell me how to rebuild your house. Look, don't forget to expand my room and the barbell. Put that on outside. Okay? Here you're going to get an idea of what your reward will be from these guys, from him or whatever. What will happen when it's done? That you should ask my big bro. Okay? Now, with that being said, let's go inside to have a quick look around. Ooh, sorry, just some packages. Sorry. Okay. Boxing ring for a bed. Now, that room there we can't go into yet because we can't expand the room. Haven't expanded the room yet, sorry. Now, if we go back to edit mode here, you can see that we've got two of the question mark slots open up, which is your own room and needed for training. So yeah, barbells and a extra room. Now our only hope is Dran. Dran has always watched over us. I'm sure Dran has watched over us this time too and will help us. But really, this time even Dran's windmill where Dran's magic power dwells is destroyed. This looks to be no easy task. I put some items you'll be needing in your bag. Be careful, okay? Rightio. Now, again, I'm very sorry. No, I'm sorry that if I haven't done much right now, but the intro for RPGs tend to be quite long, so I'm gonna end it off here. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. But before I just be sure, if you're playing this game, be sure you will have to save manually. So be sure to save regularly every time you come out. Otherwise, well, all that progress is gone. Yeah, this is my original file, so I know what's going on exactly. Save it down here so it don't get mixed up. Back in the days when autosaves were a thing. Alrighty. Once again, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like. And if you have any suggestions of how I can improve my videos, leave it down in the comment section below. And hit the subscribe button if you haven't already joined. The more subscribers I get, the more happy I'll be. But we'll just stick with the likes for now. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a very, very, very good day. Take care, people.